So it looks like Dopey Dan got the cam in.
Got the cam in. We got timed, all degreed in, intake center line, all that good shit.
Nice. And then that
for all you MC squared motherfuckers.
Then you're putting the cover back on.
I'm fixing to. Don't rush me. I gotta make sure it's all clean first.
I don't know. I think you should.
Don't want to forget the oil pump either. Put the oil pump on before the front cover. You got that?
I do now.
This is the oil pump going on right now. Attempting to go on. I like to just jam them on. Sometimes I get lucky and they go right on. Other times I gotta get a tool.
The chair is definitely an integral part to installing it.
Oh yeah. You gotta get eye level with that son of a bitch. Okay. There she goes. That.
Dan, you're getting me all wet.
I do that to a lot of people. Mostly chicks.
Apparently some guys though, huh?
Sometimes. This day and age. Never can tell. I should be a welder, CJ. Fuck Aldo. I can weld with silicone. I can be a welder. Look at the way I dropped that silicone.
Be a character.
Don't make me laugh. Ha! Do what?
Brother's like, man, Sean's like a UFC ref. He's right in the mix.
Oh yeah. That ain't no lie.
What are you torquing those two, Dan?
My impact stops?
I think you stop when it starts stripping, right?
Then you back off a quarter turn, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's torque spec.
Torque spec.
Strip it, strip it, tighten it till you strip it, and then a quarter turn back.
That's right.
Cross thread is better than no thread. Yeah, buddy.
She's in.
He's in. About enough for today, fellas. Let that silicone dry a little bit. I'll flip that son of a bitch over and slap the oil pan on it.
Yeah. Dan's gonna whip it out right after he puts the head on. Of course, to use up more time, Dan has to go grab each individual bolt right after he packs it in. You know, be efficient.
That's why I take 20,000 steps a day.
Is that part of your Weight Watchers plan?
Yeah. Knock that out.
Looks good. Looks like he's just jamming random stuff in here to fill the holes. Put that one in backwards. Motor slid in pretty easily. Dan and I got the motor mounts all bolted up, got the alternator on. Take a quick break and then get back to it and start bolting the rest of everything on. Just like that, the professionals we are, we just set it right on, no problems. Too good to be fooling around.
So look, this makes a lot of sense, right? That's why you just come through the car. A lot of black people, they do, donut, and they fucking try to grip it, right? You wanna go? Like right now?
Huh?
Right now?
Yeah, I don't want to be gone long, so I'll go there.
That's why let's go to Burger King real quick. My little ass is withering away here. I gotta get me a Whopper, or half a Whopper.
Or something.
Ooh, double funnel in it? That a boy, Dan. Double funnel.
You ready to go now?
Huh?
You ready to go now?
Yeah. And then I'll build the startup file for this when we get back.
fire in the hole, baby.
All right, Dan, so you want to explain what this does?
It's pulling a vacuum on the cooling system.
So we don't got to sit here and pour jugs and just let it bleed it. Yeah, let it do itself.
Right. Work that line back a little bit.
Today we are driving this super clean 2017 CTS-V. It's Mario's. He lives in Houston. He owns Zenith Autoworks. They do a lot of the paint corrections and clear bras and stuff locally. He also has a place opening up in Florida here soon. But we just completed our LMR 1000 horsepower package on it. We dynoed it yesterday, made right over 850 rear wheel horsepower. I think it was close to 800 rear wheel torque. The car is sitting on some super clean HRE wheels, and again, this is the first test drive we've done. We're gonna go do some little 50 to 130 pulls like we always do to check everything out. And the LMR 1000 package on this V3 is essentially it's our 850 package, which is a complete heads and cam, just a max effort build with the 1.7 liter blower. Obviously with the 1.7 you can only make so much, it'll only move so much air as small as it is. So for our 1000 horsepower package on a lot of the new Camaros, whether it's a 6th gen regular SS or a ZL1 or even these new V3s, we've been going with the 2650 blowers. They're very efficient, and even at high boost, I think this car right here is making almost like 17 pounds of boost on 93 octane. I really don't want to go any more because he is going to run it on 93 octane. But with that being said, there is still room to go. Like if we tune this thing on race gas and put a little bit more timing in it, on 17 pounds, that 850 could be 950 pretty quickly. And what I love about these blowers is the efficiency of it. We can go out here on our 100 and 100 degree day and make these 50 to 150 pulls in the intake air temps. They'll stay consistent over and over again. So you guys out there looking to upgrade from your 1.7 blower, a lot of people back in the day did the Pro Chargers on the Corvettes, and it's more of a linear horsepower curve. These root style blowers like the Magnuson 2650 or the Edelbrock or even the Whipple, the 2.9, they have so much low end torque. You really get that seat of the pants feel, and a lot of our customers absolutely love it. Again, you have to have a tire to hold it when you start making 850 rear wheel horsepower, but for street driving and weekends and just having fun, man, this is a killer setup. It is, again, a little bit more horsepower than the average car for a street tire, but we're gonna see what it does on the street tire, see if we can get the hook up. I'm not thinking second gear is gonna work or even third gear, but hopefully we can at least do a little fourth to fifth gear pull. We'll see. This package does have our full heads and cam package, so it is a CNC cylinder head with new valves, obviously a double valve spring kit, titanium retainers. It does have our custom grind cam with the DOD delete, American Racing 1 7/8 headers with high flow cats. This car is still running a factory muffler system, which in my opinion, I love it on the V3s because we can drive this car making 1,000 horsepower and still be very quiet when we want to close the exhaust tips or the exhaust valves and then open up and it's a little bit louder. But even the V3s, they're not like the Corvettes. The mufflers themselves are still more, you know, the tone of the sound is still quieter on the highway. There's not much drone inside of it like the Corvettes are. So even with the headers, and even if you did like an off-road system, it's still not that loud in these cars. But when you get on it from the outside, it screams. This setup obviously is an LT4 from the factory, so the LT4 mechanical pump and LT4 injectors are pretty close to at their limits at this horsepower and boost, at least the injectors are. The low side fuel system, we went over its limit, so we added our low side fuel system to it as well. So it's essentially it's an external fuel pump that feeds the mechanical pump to keep the pressure happy, to keep the high pressure happy. If a customer like this that wanted more, like say on E85, without having to put meth on it, we would have to upgrade to bigger direct injection injectors as well as a bigger mechanical fuel pump. We do have another V3 in the shop right now that is getting a similar package to this, but with a Whipple, a 2.9, and we are putting bigger injectors in it and a bigger fuel pump, and we're going to test E85 and see how much power we can make with straight E85 before we run out of fuel on that car. So that should be a cool little setup. But it'll give us an idea if a customer like this wanted to try to make 950 or 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, what it would take fueling wise to make that happen without having to go with a separate port injection system like we do with a lot of our centrifugal blower cars that make 1,200 and 1,500 rear wheel horsepower. First hit me up about upgrading his V3. We did talk about our 850 package, which again is essentially all the bolt-ons, the full heads and cam, and just maximizing the stock 1.7 liter blower, and that is what we were going to go with. Once he came to the shop and saw some of the other cars that we were doing with the bigger blowers and some of the other projects we had going on, I got to talk to him a little bit more about what his plans were and his goals were for the car. And again, your average customer, our 850 package is more than enough. You know, when you're making 700 rear wheel horsepower on the street, you know, traction becomes a problem, and a car can not be fun if you make too much horsepower and it just spins the tires. It doesn't hook up that much, right? After talking to Mario, he was the kind of guy that is going to put a tire on this thing later, and is the kind of guy that is going to go out and actually race the car at the drag strip and even do 50 to 150 pulls out in Mexico. So after we talked a little bit more, then we decided, and he even decided, man, go ahead and put the bigger blower on it. So as you can see, that's what we ended up with. We did our LMR 1000 horsepower package. We went ahead and put that Maggie 2650 on it, and I can tell you right now, Mario, you're gonna have no regrets about putting this blower on it, because it is gonna be super efficient, making 850 horsepower over and over and over again on 93 octane, and then just like anyone else, whenever he wants more horsepower, he can come back, we can pulley it up a little bit more, make a little bit more boost, or tune it on race gas or any other kind of fuel to make, you know, 950 if not 1,000 rural horsepower, which is just insane in a Cadillac. I mean, you have the luxury and horsepower in a car like this. You want to talk about the perfect daily drive or a perfect weekend warrior, man, I love this car, and I know he's gonna love it. And most people that drive the Cadillacs, they love it because they can't believe how nice they drive. And then, you know, they make the horsepower that most Corvettes and Camaros and stuff make. It's just, it's so awesome. We'll do another one. I'll save the data though. Let me take a look at it and then we'll do it again. The first pull we made, we just did a quick little burst. Fueling was a little bit different on the street than on the dyno, so I just pulled about 2% of fuel out, and we're about to run it again, but timing and everything else looked good. But I did make a little fuel adjustment, and we're about to do another little third gear pull real quick. This thing doesn't have that good of traction, so we'll leave traction control on. Let's do it again. Third gear, I'm just rolling into it because it makes so much torque, and on these street tires it doesn't stand a chance. And I know I say this a lot, guys, but this car truly does drive like a stock vehicle until you give it gas. Obviously you'll see the boost gauge, I mean, go to 10 pounds of boost without even trying, you know, but normal driving every day, it literally drives like a stock car. And again, even with the headers on it and the camshaft in it, I mean, yeah, you feel a little bit of cam, you know, at a stop, but it's nothing crazy. It's not like the car is shaking. We don't put huge, crazy camshafts in Cadillacs unless the customers absolutely ask for it. But again, the best all-around car to hop in and drive. They just drive so smooth. It still has the 8-speed auto in it, so you know the horsepower we're making is still safe for the transmission, still safe for even the stock torque converter. Just an all-around awesome car and a fun car to drive. Yeah, check him out on social media. He does great work. I think you'll be happy with the results if you send him your car yourself.